hope you are well and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a very exciting video. Recently, since putting out my goals video on YouTube for this year and kind of giving you a summary of my goals from last year, I have had so many people ask me how I grew 80,000 subscribers in 1 year. I think it's just not a done thing nowadays for people to be able to grow that quickly, that fast on YouTube. And also, whilst a lot of people do it, I think it's a lot harder now to grow organically than it used to be, go back 5-6 years ago, because of just how oversaturated YouTube is. So today, I'm going to be sharing with you all of the things that I think have really helped me and the things that I've done to grow my YouTube channel. So if you want to hear what they are, then just keep watching. Okay, so I actually have 10 things that I've listed down, which were things that I feel have really helped me grow. I've had so many of you guys message me and just say, like, how do I start a channel? Which I can definitely go into more detail about that, but I've had so many different questions about how I grew, what I did, how it happened, was there anything in particular, and I do feel like there were certain things, so I'm going to share with you what they are now. Okay, so the first thing for me, I think that is so important, and this sounds really stupid, is research and learning. Research and learning is so important when it comes to YouTube. Now, what a lot of people don't know is I actually started my channel up 4 years prior. I put up a couple of videos and they didn't do very well at all, and I was really ill, couldn't carry on with my channel, and then I left it for a long time, but it was always something that I wanted to do. In those 3 years in between, I was consistently learning, watching YouTube videos on how other people did things, watching tutorial videos and gaining and learning from that. So I watch YouTube videos and I watch how people edit, and I watch how people edit on iMovie, which is what I started with, and then Final Cut Pro. I watch how people do transitions, I watch how people film and things like that, and I really take into account what these people are doing. Not only that, but I was also researching algorithms on YouTube and things that needed to be done from that. I did so much research, and that whole time I was learning how to do thumbnails. I was learning where to get my music from and where to source that, and there was just so many things that went into it. I never just all of a sudden woke up one day and went, I want to start a YouTube channel, because I'd had that, like, I don't know, hurrah moment about 4 years before. So I would definitely say, if you're looking to start doing research. Also, whilst it's great to be watching your favourite YouTubers and things like that, spend like 1 video a day just watching how people edit, watch how people do their thumbnails, and just learning things, because then when you do start and you get your channel going, all of these things will help. Okay, point number 2, which so many people say the opposite to, and to a degree I agree with, however I partially do disagree, is get yourself a good camera. Now, granted, to start out with, you can be filming on whatever you want, and if you're kind of trying to get yourself out there, and if you're trying to build up an audience and really kind of get used to filming, film on your iPhone, film on your camera, film on a really basic level. When I started, I had like a Nikon something, it was a really basic camera, and then about a year or so later, as a present, I got, not just for YouTube, because I hadn't even started YouTube then, but for at home, I went and got myself a Canon G7x. And then back in January, I invested in a Canon 80D, and I invested in a couple of lenses as well, which is what I'm filming on now. Now, also, whilst I have no idea really how to use this camera, and I've not filmed too many things on it, I do think it's really important, because as much as people say you don't necessarily need a good camera, everyone nowadays, all of the people that are doing well on YouTube have good camera equipment, and it is so important. If you want to be up there, if you want to have that crisp look, the good quality, if you want to have the nice images and the really clear backgrounds and things like that, like how clear I am on this camera now, then you really do need to invest in a camera, because that's what's gonna put you like up there. And it's not to say that when you start you have to get it, but I would really look at, if this is something you want to do seriously, once you know you're committed, once you know that this is definitely something you want to do, start saving for a good piece of camera, start saving for lighting, tripods and all things like that. And they don't have to be expensive, but just start saving for that sort of stuff. For me, quality really does matter to be up there. Okay, now the third thing is something I absolutely swear by. It's something that I have done from day dot, and something that I continue to do now, even on 80,000 subscribers, that I feel a lot of other YouTubers just don't do. And that is engagement. Now, there's a song, I think it goes like,
you're getting way too big for your boots. You're never too big for the boot. I got the big size toes in my feet. Your face ain't big for my boots.
However, so so many people think that they get to like 10,000, 20,000 subscribers and they think, yeah, doing pretty well, like semi-famous. You're not famous. You're not a celebrity. And for me, engaging with my audience is so important. I make a conscious effort to reply to everybody that I can. When I first started and I wasn't as big, I would reply to every single comment, no matter what. Now I can't reply to every single comment that comes through because I would have to dedicate like every single minute of the day to replying to comments. However, what I always do make sure is that every single comment from the previous video is answered until the next video goes up, and then I work in the same principle. So basically every comment on that video for 2 to 3 days, dependent on the upload time, will go up. And that's not because I just feel like I have to do it, it's because I really enjoy talking to you guys, but also engagement is so important, and YouTube rate engagement. They rate engagement on how people are doing and how the videos go, and for me, I really feel that has pushed my videos on to hitting some of those YouTube algorithms. I feel like YouTube has kind of noticed that people are engaging in my content. I love engaging back with them, and I feel like YouTube can see that as a creator, I'm doing that as well, and that I'm happy to do that. And therefore they're pushing my content forward to get in front of people. There are so many people that get to a certain level and just don't bother, or they just like give a little heart or something like that. And for me, replying to every one of you is so important to me. So I would definitely say make the time to reply to people. And if any of you guys are watching this, I would also say that if you do want to message me and want to get hold of me, I generally can't respond, and like I said, I always try and reply to the latest video. So if you see that another video has gone up since, comment on that one, and on my latest video you will no doubt get a response, because I only cut off the response time when the next video goes up. I think for me, I don't consider myself any better or any worse from this time last year. So when I had under 500 subscribers to now over 80,000 subscribers, like it means no difference to me. And I think it's also very good just to stay humble, to keep being you and do what you do. Okay, so the next thing for me is to do content that you love. Now I see so many new channels just doing what everyone else does, and there's a fine line between doing something that you love because you've seen other people doing it and pure blank copying and imitation. And there's a very fine line between that, and if you're not going to be original, then you're not going to give anything back. If you are doing a video, because the market is so oversaturated now, if you are doing a, I don't know, a what's my baby's change a bag video, for example, because they were the kind of videos that I started with, because ultimately I really wanted to join Channel Mum when I first started. That was kind of something that I wanted to be and do. However, if you're doing that and you're just imitating somebody else's and there's nothing new to give an audience, it's going to be something they've seen before. They're not going to like it. They're not going to engage. There's not going to be nothing there because they're like, this is standard. You want to be bringing new content, and the likelihood is if they're not seeing nothing new, they're going to want to click off. Now, so many people ask me what I did that was different, and I live in the UK, I don't live in the US, and for me, the first video that really started going was I did a snow cleaning video back in March last year. And we had like some really horrible snow weather here, and when I did that video, my channel just started to pick up. I mean, nowhere to the levels that it is now, but it started to go crazy for what it was back then. And that video caught on so quickly. I then followed that up, I think, with like a morning cleaning routine that then took off, and then a Sunday morning cleaning routine. And the thing that I think made my videos happen and go wild is the fact that no one was doing this in the UK. As far as I'm aware, I don't recall anyone doing the style of video that I did to the extent that I did it, like the all day clean with me's, the Sunday morning routines, cleaning routines, the morning cleaning routine videos. Like, people did them, but not to the extent that I did them. When I first started them, I didn't have a clue who Love Meg was. And then as I started to get more subscribers, they started to compare me with Love Meg and say, yeah, this is the style of video that Love Meg does. And when I found out who she was, it was very much that. And I feel like I was one of the first kind of YouTubers in the UK to be doing cleaning videos to the extent and so detailed, with different camera angles and filming the all day process and doing the voiceovers with the really good music and things like that. I feel like I was one of the first people to do it, and that was my niche. And I feel like that's why so many people have come to my channel, is because of my cleaning and decluttering videos, and because of how in-depth I do and I go into them. And they take me like 3 to 4 days to film and edit. They're not easy, they take me forever. Filming can take a day or two, editing can take a day or two. I find different music generally for every single video that I manually search for. I have so many of you guys ask me for the music and it's so hard for me to remember because the content and the edit is so big. My computer never has the space to store them. But just don't do what everyone else is doing. Do something original. Don't be a copycat. And I also want to say on this point that likewise, when you're copying someone, you're just doing their passions. It might not necessarily be yours. So for example, like I said, I really wanted to join Channel Mum, and that was when I first started. And the reason why I really wanted to join Channel Mum was because if you go back, I think there's a video 4 years ago where I put up my first video, and it was basically I wanted to share and document my pregnancy, and I was doing that for a blog which I'd started before YouTube, and that was what I wanted to do. However, my passions have changed. What I want to do has changed. I have grown as a person. I've grown older. My ambitions have changed. Like, everything has changed. So my channel can't stay as a parenting channel. And there was a lot of that at the beginning. But then I went into cleaning and interiors and my passions now. And like I said, this year, there's going to be something that I've done for years. It's like finances. And I'm really focused on finances at the moment and self-improvement and things like that. So that is all going to be featured on my channel this year because that's where my current passion lies. And there's nothing wrong with changing what your channel is about, because ultimately you want to be sharing the best of what you do. And I love helping people, which is why I love filming videos like this. And when you guys ask me, so many of you have said that, can you share what you've done? Granted, like, I'm no bloody martyr and I don't really have a clue what I'm doing, but what I think I have done has worked for me. Okay, so the next point that I want to talk about is make your content look appealing. Now, by this, I mean your thumbnails. Make sure your thumbnails look good. They need to be attractive and they need to pull people in. They need to do what they need to do. Make sure your music is good. Granted, you can get free music from YouTube, and I know they're consistently adding stuff to that, but I use Epidemic Sound. I would 100% recommend checking them out. It's £10 a month, I believe I paid. And then what else do I use? I use PicMonkey for my thumbnails. And I also make sure that there are different camera angles, especially in my cleaning videos and things like that. I make sure I'm getting different angles. Sometimes I take the same shot twice, or I have 2 cameras set up just so I can make sure that I get good angles to keep people hooked and things like that. My next point is going to be plan all of your content. Now, for me, this is so important and something that I've done from day dot. I have never gone into a video or a day when I know that I want to film not knowing what I want to film. I have always had a schedule of videos. Generally, that's like a month in advance. So for example, the whole of January and into like the middle to end of February at the moment is planned content for me. I have every single day that I know what I want to upload this month, when I want to upload it, and likewise I have it categorized into different categories, so I know that I'm not bombarding with you with too much of one thing one month, because I like this channel to be varied within the topics that I like to cover. I wouldn't just want to do like finance videos and then, I don't know, say cleaning. I like there to be varied varied, what am I even trying to say now? Varied, like, I don't know. Varied things going out. Oh, I don't know. Various videos going out each month. I like there to be various content. That's it. I like there to be various content going out each month so you guys are getting different things. So I would definitely say plan ahead. One of the things that I remember when I first started is that I never used to plan my content ahead, and I used to never write notes. Now, this sounds stupid, but even now as I'm filming this video, I have my phone on me and I have a whole list of notes of what I want to write for this video, and that stops me from all the time. I am a serious and the amount of times I've had to edit out me going and not even because I don't know what I want to say, but naturally, if I don't have points that I'm focused on talking about, I just add in the word and I don't have a clue why. So having a plan of what you want to talk about also stops you from waffling on, going off topic. It really makes your video as concise as possible because people don't want to hear waffle. Okay, the next point that I think that has helped me and something that really helped me grow was collaborating with similar channels. Now, for me, when I first started out, I collaborated with one of my good friends, Jodie. She has a lovely channel and she is a mum of 4 gorgeous boys, and I collaborated with her on like a mummy evening routine, I think it was, and off the back of that, I grew a few subscribers subscribers, and so did she. And the whole point of collaborations is that you grow and you feed and you work with similar content creators who are going to have a similar audience to you. There is no point you collaborating with a gaming audience, for example, if you are focused around cleaning. Just because they've got the numbers, they're not going to be interested and they're not going to come over. If there is someone that has similar content to you, look to collaborate with them. It can really, really help boost your subscribers, gain you a new audience. I haven't done a lot of collaborations, but collaborations really help a channel grow. They can really work in your favour. And another thing which I guess I'm a little bit guilty of not doing, but is also making sure that you're engaging with other creators that are in your niche and in your audience, and likewise growing from that. Just support other creators. Like, I always watch other people and they always forget to comment on their videos, and then I'll like have a really important thing, and a lot of the time I don't end up commenting on their videos, but I'll end up like private messaging them because I think that something they've said is really good and they might be a friend of mine and I talk to them regularly. And so I end up like private messaging them about something that I've watched in their videos. However, I love watching other people's videos that are in a similar niche to me. So definitely recommend just kind of collaborating and engaging with those people. Okay, so the next thing that I think is really, really important, and I've noticed that so many people don't think it really is, but is what I like to call the triple T. So the triple T, TTT, is title, thumbnail, and tags. Now, those three things are going to make a video and are going to prove where you stand in your niche on YouTube, how YouTube finds you and how people find you. They are so important. So, starting with titles, you want a clickbait title if possible, without lying. Don't ever make a clickbait title that is going to be deceiving. So for me, for example, this clickbait title that I'm going to have up for this video is going to be something along the lines of how I grew 80,000 subscribers in a year. Completely true, but it's going to pull people in. There will also be something else on the end of this title, like how to grow on YouTube or something like that, which is what people will be searching for. I always recommend doing the clickbait bit first because that's what people are going to see. Then do the searchable term. By doing so, people are going to be able to find your video, they're going to see these things come up, and they're going to want to click on your video. All of these things I think have helped me grow as a creator on YouTube this year. They've helped people find the content that's relevant to them, but at the same time it's been enticing enough for them to want to click. The next thing is obviously the thumbnails, and I touched on this really briefly, but make your thumbnails look good and cohesive. That is really, really important and something that I've learned. I love for my channel page to look cohesive. I like that if you were to look, you'd kind of know that this is kind of the style that I go for, and you can kind of see a similar theme. Every now and then I swap up the themes that I'm doing, and I might slightly change the colorings or the writing style, and then a load of videos will be the same. But it's really important, and likewise it's really important for your thumbnail to be clear with the writing clear as well. You don't want it to be blurry or anything like that. So I always pick out on cleaning videos either 1, sometimes 4, dependent on the style, pictures, and normally they are screenshots from the cleaning video that I'm doing. Sometimes if it's something, I might add on like a picture of the room at the end. So I did a cleaning video of this bedroom and I might have added on a picture of this room or something like that. It depends what look I'm going after. For a sit down video like this, it will be completely different. I won't just grab a screenshot of me talking now. It will be a pre-edited kind of like sit down shot that I've taken ready, because that's the shot that I want, and I'll make sure that's specifically done on my camera so it's better quality and it does entice people in. Likewise, I always edit with PicMonkey, like I've said, and I would recommend doing tutorials on how to use PicMonkey and how to make your videos and your pictures stand out, because it is amazing. Again, PicMonkey is a service that I pay for. There is so much you can do on it, and I would definitely recommend, if you want to get kind of on with YouTube and if you really want to make your videos stand out, ultimately your thumbnails are the things that drag people in to click on your video. So if that doesn't stand out, if that's not eye-catching, if it's not clear, you are not going to bring people in. And then my last T threat is tags. Now, tags are so important and people just really underestimate the use of tags. When I started, I didn't use any, and I didn't even have a clue what they were 4 years ago. And I did research, and tags are so important. Tags are keywords that are going to help people find your videos. and I make use of every single tag possible. So you get up to 500 characters that you can use for tags, and there is not a character that I miss. I mean, bar unless there's like 3 or 4 characters and I physically can't make a word out of it. I make sure every tag is used for my video. Again, I've done lots of research into this over the past few years. Tags are so important. If people are looking for, let's just say, a cleaning video, I would put in cleaning, I would put in tags that are relevant to me, such as my all day cleaning, cleaning motivation, and all things like that. And I will literally add any sort of relevant search term related to what my video is about in those tags to help people find me, because ultimately people can search for whatever they want, and you want to make sure that the search terms they're using are pulling through, and then likewise they will then pop up and it will make your video appear better and pop up in the searches. Going slightly off of the triple T, likewise your description is really important as well. Make sure, normally I reiterate what I've said in my title, in my description, to just give it another pull through on the search terms and the listings, and I make sure that it's kind of got any key elements in there and just summarises the video of what I want. Likewise, always make sure that those first lines are what you want your people to be able to see, because when they're looking on the search terms and all the searches pull through, they're going to see those first few lines. So make sure they're what you want your audience to see about the video. And the last possible point that I could give you is don't give up. Be active, don't ever give up. It might look as though it's going slowly. December was an awful month for me, I think, because there was a lot of vlogging going on and, like, what do they call it? Christmas vlogging. What is it called? Vlogmas. Oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with my brain today. Because Vlogmas was happening, December was an awful month for me, but it didn't mean I gave up. I actually did dull down my content a little bit. I didn't put up as much content because I knew that it wasn't going to get the uses. There was no point me putting up a video like this in December because people were focused on Christmas. Strategize when you put up your videos, plan ahead, plan into the future. Don't give up if the numbers are looking low. It didn't discourage me whatsoever. I know that I can get my numbers back up again. I know that I can work my backside off and dedicate time to my channel to make it grow, to do my best, to give you guys content that you want to see, to keep inspiring and motivating people. And likewise, try and be consistent as possible. Hands up, I am probably one of the worst people at this. I always say that I want to stick to a schedule, and my schedule is a Tuesday, a Thursday and a Sunday. I always say that I want to try and stick to that schedule. Do I do it all the time? No. That is because of the boys and things like that. This year, I'm hoping going forward, I will stick to that schedule, and that there won't be any problems with me doing it. Now my boys are going to nursery a bit regular, I'll have the time to film. However, I failed on day 2 because my schedule was Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday, and this video is going up on the Sunday. But Thursday's video didn't go up until Friday morning because I had computer issues. I mean, it's just part of life. Also, I'll show you, my tripod plate broke when I was filming my cleaning video. So for the majority of the video, I actually had a smaller tripod wrapped around my big tripod, trying to balance my camera on it. I've then bought new tripod plates and they don't fit. So I'm a bit gutted. So now even the angle that I wanted for this video isn't perfect, isn't the way that I wanted it. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to not film this video just because it's not perfect. And there's a really good saying that goes, it doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to get done. And that is so true. If I could, I would criticise, even whilst filming this, I've heard myself say things and do things and I'm like, gosh, I want to refilm that. But if I just kept doing that to perfection, this would never get uploaded. You guys would never see this content. And half the time, you don't see the imperfections in the video for what I want you guys to see. You don't see it. It's just me being really critical in myself. So you might film a video and you might think, golly gosh, it's awful, I hate it. No one's even going to notice, no one's going to pick up on it. It's just you and your own self-doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Just upload that video, get it up, get it done, and so many people will love it, no doubt. Don't be so harsh and so critical. Okay guys, well they are the points that I think have been so key into helping my channel grow as crazy as it did this year, with just no help, no agency help, just doing it all by myself, researching, learning, putting myself out there, getting stuff done, doing something that I love. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If there is anything else you want to ask me, leave it in the comments below. I will obviously try and get back to you as soon as I can and come back to you. If there are any other topics around YouTube and growth that you might want to know, I think I'm going to film a like how I started on YouTube video, because I have a lot of questions around how I started and a few things like that. Then again, let me know. If there's anything else around YouTube that you want to know, pop it below and I will try and either comment back to you or create a video around it if there's something you would like me to do. Like I said, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I would love it for you to like this video. I would also love for you to subscribe if you want to see more content like this based around YouTube, growing your channel, self-development, law of attraction, cleaning, interiors, hauls, budgeting, finance. I do cover a varied topics. If you would, then I would love to have you over here. But I will see you all again in another video very shortly. Bye guys.